Well, sometimes you're back on. Sometimes you do have to follow the money trail. Freedom is very difficult because it's very easy to say, and a lot of people throw it around without getting to the concrete terms. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for, because a lot of folks, like I just said, will say it, and it's just political gobbledygook. They just walk away without ever turning it into, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is what shouldn't be done, and this is the next thing to be that should be gone after in concrete terms. I know that being the RNC Committeewoman is a little different in that you're not a legislative. You're bringing what the state brings up to, what the state believes should be brought up to the national level. But how do you do that? What are the concrete items that you can persuade to either get into the national platform or convince your fellow RNC committee men and women this is an item and an issue that you have to accept and believe in and get changed for us?
I think one of the things when you talk about the national platform that really should be changed is more emphasis on the states' rights in the 10th Amendment. I think that is something, as for New Hampshire, it's important. But I think for every other state in the nation, they should be getting behind it too, because they don't want this government encroachment. And so I think it might be an easy thing to add to the national platform that every state can get on board to say, when we talk about concrete freedoms, let's start talking about enforcing what the 10th Amendment means and what rights that are enumerated to the state or aren't enumerated to the federal government. And everything else, it doesn't belong in the federal government. It's a state's right, it's a state's issue, and each state starts to fight against the encroachment.
All right, a grassroots type question then.
Back to grassroots.
Well, always, because everything should be bubbling up from the bottom.
Everything is local.
What do you say to people who just want to go along to get along at the national level where, well, we've never done it that way before, we've never thought about it that way before, and even back here in New Hampshire where we have a very good platform, a very conservative platform, a liberty and freedom type platform, and yet there are those who barely give it lip service. Some of them deride it, some say we support it, but then their actions are otherwise.
And they don't.
How do you deal with that?
That it is difficult, but it's something that if you truly believe in it, and like I said, part of being a national committeewoman is defending that platform. And it means defending every part of that platform. If you're Republican, there's some very difficult issues in that platform for some people, but it's important. If we don't want them in the platform, then we should take them out. If we're not willing to defend them, then take them out of the platform. But certainly when we talk about freedom, that's just a basic human right, a Republican principle, but it's a human right.
Is there anything about the New Hampshire platform that you are a little leery about, that you would kind of put, well, yeah, if somebody doesn't follow this, that's okay? Or are you 100% on every single item in that platform?
I support the platform 100%. Might change some of the wording from limited government to efficient and effective government, but that's about it.
Oh, I would go for extremely limited government, but that would be
We have a pretty good limited government in New Hampshire. After the last budget, we're limiting it down. So it's truly a government that is living within its means now.
Okay, one thing that you mentioned was the 10th Amendment, and there is certainly a motion afoot. In fact, we heard about it this past week, the Madison Amendment, which might bring on a constitutional convention. Is that something that the Republicans should shy away from or carefully study, or say, yes, if done under the right situations, maybe that should be part of the national platform?
We need to be very careful if we're going to look to open up the Constitution.
Okay, very good, because there's lots of discussion going on about that right now. And once again, since I picked up the camera, since we started off in an ad hoc way, I will say thank you very much, Pam Tucker, for taking time with GraniteGrok.
Thank you.
GrokTV.